Storytellers Campfire radio shows are heard in over 100 countries around the world. Our main programs are Author's Voice, Poetry Wheel, Storytales Radio Show, The Golden Ark of Treasure, The Charlie Checkers Show, Campfire Musicians, and On the Line Public Interest News. Every show is unique and provides interesting programs for our listeners. Join us each week in our campfire on Tuesday at 12 o'clock noon on XRQK Los Angeles and Airtime America. To learn more about Storytellers Campfire, visit online at storytellerscampfire.org.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Storytellers Campfire. This is Lady Selah SuJuris, and I am hosting for our Author's Voice segment of the program. I want to welcome all our listeners who are joining us from around the world. Storytellers Campfire is a really warm place to come to, where we provide interesting topics and guests to share their knowledge and their experiences with all of us, and today is no exception. We are featuring Help Them Grow or Watch Them Go by Beverly and Julie-Winkle-Giulioni. Both of them are very well respected in their fields, and they have been providing training and development solutions for companies who recognize that as we grow in society and in the workforce and in the corporate world, companies and employees are embracing changes, and they're willing to take direction from proven techniques that have been applied. So I want to share something with our listeners. Occasionally, at times, we have an overwhelming response to submissions on our program, and this can delay a response from our book review committee who previews all the books. Well, tonight, this book we had on our bookshelves for quite some time. But we thought very highly of this book, and we knew we wanted to feature it on the show. The reason I'm sharing this with everyone tonight is don't give up. We wanted to make sure that this book was on our program. And sometimes it can take a while to get on the air. But we are very happy that the authors were very patient with us. And so we're very happy to present this information for two different reasons. Although it is a business-based and corporate type of topic, it's a book also that helps individuals develop themselves and their career, which we found extremely useful. So we're going to take a commercial break, and then we will be right back for our feature presentation.
Learning and good nutrition does not end when school lets out. The USDA's Summer Food Service Program helps provide nutritious meals to children in low-income areas so they're better fueled with healthy food to learn and grow. To learn more about sponsoring a feeding site in your community, go to www.summerfood.usda.gov.
Welcome back to Storytellers Campfire in Progress. And for those of you who are just joining us, we are featuring our Author's Voice segment of the program. And as we announced earlier, we're featuring Help Them Grow or Watch Them Go by Beverly K. and Julie-Winkle-Giulioni. We also have with us tonight Charlie Checkers, who is a favorite host on the program. Charlie, thank you for joining us tonight and assisting us in some of the reading selections that we picked out on the program.
I am happy to assist.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you're here with us. And we also have the author, or one of the authors, Julie-Winkle-Giulioni, with us here today at our Global Campfire. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you so much. I've really looked forward to this.
Yes, it has been a long time coming, as you heard me announce to all our listeners. But, you know, Julie, the reason I wanted to share that with everyone is you submitted your book quite some time ago. And but in one of our first conversations, I told you how interested I was in the book, and some of the other people who reviewed the book, and so we really made a diligent effort to make sure it got on the air. So you're kind of a source of inspiration for people in terms of you know, don't give up. You know, we do get the books on the air. It just sometimes really can take a while. Yeah.
Understandably, there are a lot of great books out there, and it was well worth the wait.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. So, you know, I have been going through, obviously, some of your, not just the book, but some of the information that's available out there on the web. And one of the things that I really enjoyed learning about was your interaction with your family and some of the activities that you do. And so I'm just going to cut to the chase here. Now, I know you're in California, and you were just telling us a little bit about the heat and the lack of water and some of the challenges that that's presenting. But tell us a little bit about your family there.
Oh, well, I would love to. That's one of my favorite things to talk about. I've got a husband and two wonderful kids. One of them is grown, 24, and out on his own, contributing to the world in a variety of ways. And our daughter is 17. She's going to be a senior this year, and so she's up to her eyeballs trying to sort out what her next act will look like and what college she wants to go off to and that sort of thing. And then I have my trusty dog Pixel, who is at my side most days. And my spare time is spent in a couple of different endeavors. Of course, you know, taking care of a family is a big chunk of it. I do a lot of writing, and I'm on our local school board, so a good deal of my effort and energy is invested around issues of education. And then as we were talking about, I love to paddleboard. My favorite pastime is being out on the water on a paddleboard.
So how is that? I've not tried it myself. Charlie, have you tried it?
No, but I want to.
You know, everybody
good
thinks.
Exercise.
Yep, everybody thinks it's a lot harder than it is. I am so uncoordinated, so not an athlete. But when I saw this about 10 years ago, I thought, you know, that's for me. And so I was expecting, you know, to get beaten up and not be able to do it. But it's amazing. If you're on the right water, you can pop right up. And there is just, it's this funny combination of total concentration to make sure you're staying up, but total relaxation at the same time. It is just transformational.
Wow.
I gotta try.
That's very interesting. Because I just always, we go canoeing in our family. Mm-hmm. And so, and, you know, I haven't did the kayak yet, but, you know, when it's work out there. So I'm just kind of associating with the paddleboarding as being more, you know, involved like canoeing, because we can get on some pretty rough, you know, waters. So, but you find some part of it relaxing. That's interesting.
Yeah. And depending upon where you are, if you're, kind of in more placid water, white water probably wouldn't be as relaxing. But when the water's quiet and the boaters aren't around, it's really something else.
Wow. Well, that sounds like fun.
I invite you to try it.
Absolutely. Well, I think we might just have to put that on our list, Charlie.
Yes, we will. Are the boards very expensive? Are they the same as surfboards?
There's a whole range, and there are some that you can blow up and some that are more like almost styrofoamy. So there's a whole range. And, of course, you can rent them until you figure out whether it's something that you're interested in.
Oh, nice. We have a lake nearby. Maybe that'll help me. I'll have to try that.
You got to do it, Charlie. Absolutely. You got to do it, and then let me know what you think.
Oh, right.
Yes. Next time we come back to the campfire, we'll have to share stories. How it went.
Share stories.
I'll try to get to the lake and see if they don't have renting for this, so I can give it a shot. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you a question, Julie, that's been on my mind for a while. And I know you touch base on it in the book, how you and Beverly Kay, became a partnership in specific for this book. I wanted you to share with our listeners, because I always like to credit people for their work, and I know of Beverly Kay. I've never met her personally, but I know that she, you talk about the career systems that were developed and some of the work that she's been involved with. But first, how did you get to meet her and become involved in this project?
Well, I was really fortunate to be introduced to Bev several years ago now by a mutual friend. A lot of the work that I do with corporations and training companies themselves, helping them to rethink their products, helping them to build training products that can be used in organizations around the world. And that's the nature of the business that Beverly's in. She focuses in on training and consulting relative to career development and retention and engagement. And we were introduced, and I ended up doing some work for her organization, helping them rethink one of their flagship programs. And anyone who knows Beverly knows that she is just this ball of energy, this positive force to be reckoned with. And she has so much enthusiasm. And every time I would write anything, she'd say, "Oh, I love that. I just love that." I could send her an invoice, and I'd hear that she loved it. And so she kept saying, we got to figure out something more to do together. And her publisher, who is now my publisher, Berrett-Koehler, came to Bev, it's been almost 4 years ago now, and said, "Hey, Bev, it's time for you to write another book." And so Beverly was kind enough to give me a call and ask if I wanted to partner with her on that. So it was a wonderful way to break into the world of publishing, get to partner with an award-winning, best-selling author, and get to work with just the best publishing house ever.
Wonderful. Now the book that you're referring to, is that the bestseller Love It, Don't Leave It? Is that the one that you're referring to?
She's got a couple
or Love Them
books.
or Lose Them. Getting good people to stay. Love Them or Lose Them. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that sold hundreds and hundreds of thousands of copies.
Wow. Wonderful. That's really well. I appreciate you giving us a little bit of background on her work and where she she has developed her own field